I'm Sophia, and I'm so happy you decided to spend a little time with us today.
And I'm Jake. Whether you're relaxing at home, driving to work, studying, cooking dinner, or taking a peaceful walk, thank you for bringing us with you.
We hope this conversation helps you improve your English naturally, while also giving you something interesting to think about.
Today we're going to explore a topic that affects every one of us, no matter our age or where we live.
We're going to talk about time, and more importantly, how we choose to spend it.
We all have the same 24 hours each day, but somehow our days can feel completely different.
Some days feel calm and meaningful, while others disappear before we even notice what happened.
Maybe you have experienced that feeling. You wake up with good intentions, but suddenly it is evening and you wonder where the whole day went.
Our conversation today is designed for English learners from about B1 to C1 level.
We will speak naturally, clearly, and at a comfortable speed so you can enjoy listening without feeling overwhelmed.
Remember, you don't have to understand every single word.
Try to relax and follow the general meaning. Little by little, your listening skills will become stronger.
Before we begin, we want to ask you one simple question.
Here it is. If someone gave you 1 extra hour every day, how would you use it?
Would you learn something new?
Would you spend more time with your family?
Would you finally start reading those books waiting on your shelf?
Or maybe you would simply rest without feeling guilty.
There's no right or wrong answer.
Just keep that question somewhere in your mind while you listen.
Jake, I think time is one of the most interesting things we can talk about.
I agree. It is something we all have, but we experience it very differently.
Sometimes 1 hour feels incredibly long,
And sometimes an entire weekend feels like only a few minutes.
especially when you enjoy what you're doing.
Exactly. Have you ever started watching one short video online and suddenly it is 2 hours later?
Oh yes, I think almost everyone has done that at least once.
We tell ourselves, just one more video.
Then another one appears.
And another.
Before we know it, the afternoon has disappeared.
Time is funny like that.
But something else is interesting.
What is that?
The things we say about time.
That's true. English has many expressions connected with time.
For example, people often say, time flies,
That means time seems to pass very quickly.
especially when you are happy or busy,
Another common expression is better late than never.
which means it is still good to do something, even if you start later than you planned.
I really like that expression because many people wait too long before beginning something important.
Like learning English.
Exactly.
Some people think, I should have started 5 years ago.
But starting today is still much better than never starting at all.
I completely agree.
Sophia, can I ask you something?
Of course.
When you were younger, did you think adults had everything under control?
Absolutely. When I was a child, adults looked so organized.
Me too.
I imagined they always knew exactly what to do.
And then we became adults.
Yes.
And we discovered that everyone is still trying to figure things out.
That was a surprising lesson.
It really was.
I remember thinking that adults probably had a secret guidebook for life.
Unfortunately, nobody gave me that book.
Me neither.
Maybe it does not exist.
I think you're right.
Instead, we learn little by little through experience.
And every year we understand time a little differently.
When we are children, 1 year feels like forever.
Summer vacations seem endless.
Waiting until your birthday feels impossible.
But as adults, months seem to pass incredibly fast.
Sometimes I cannot believe another Monday has arrived.
Or another Friday.
Or another New Year.
It makes me wonder why our experience changes so much.
Scientists have many ideas, but I think part of the answer is routine.
Routine?
Yes. When every day looks similar, our brain groups those memories together.
So the days pass without many strong memories.
Exactly.
But when we travel somewhere new,
Or learn a new skill,
or meet interesting people,
our brain creates more memories.
and later those periods feel longer because more happened.
I find that fascinating.
Me too.
It also explains why childhood feels full of memories.
Because almost everything was new.
The first day at school,
The first bicycle.
the first trip without parents.
Even simple things felt exciting.
But after years of doing similar activities, life can become automatic.
Automatic is a useful word.
It means doing something without thinking very much about it,
Like brushing your teeth.
or locking your front door.
Sometimes I arrive somewhere and wonder, did I already lock the door?
I have exactly the same experience,
Then you start replaying the whole morning in your mind.
trying to remember every small detail.
Usually I did lock it.
Same here.
Jake, do you think being busy always means using time well?
That is an excellent question.
What do you think?
Honestly, no.
Why not?
Because being busy and being productive are not always the same thing.
That is true.
Sometimes people fill every minute with activity.
But those activities are not actually important.
Exactly.
They answer emails.
They organize files.
They check their phones every few minutes.
They feel busy all day, but at the end of the day, they still feel unsatisfied.
Because they spent energy without moving toward what really matters.
So maybe the better question is not, how busy am I? But rather, am I spending time on things that are meaningful?
I like that way of thinking.
Me too.
Meaningful is another wonderful word.
It describes something that has real value or importance in your life.
A meaningful conversation.
A meaningful friendship.
A meaningful goal.
Even 10 meaningful minutes can be more valuable than 3 hours of distraction.
Speaking of distraction,
I think we all know that word very well these days.
unfortunately, yes.
Sometimes our attention moves from one thing to another so quickly that we forget what we wanted to do.
Have you ever picked up your phone to check the weather?
And 10 minutes later, you were reading about penguins in Antarctica?
That sounds strangely specific.
It may or may not have happened to me.
I won't ask any more questions.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
But it shows how easily our attention can travel.
Yes, and attention is one of our most valuable resources.
Because where our attention goes.
Our time usually follows.
That idea makes me think of something. People often say they don't have enough time, but maybe sometimes the real problem is not time. Maybe it is attention.
I think that is very true. Time keeps moving no matter what we do, but our attention is something we can learn to guide.
Of course, that is not always easy.
No, because the world is full of things competing for our attention.
Every app wants us to stay a little longer.
Every notification asks us to stop what we are doing.
Every advertisement says, "Look at me."
And before we notice it, our focus has been divided into many small pieces.
Have you ever tried reading a book while your phone was beside you?
Yes, and sometimes I spend more time looking at my phone than reading the book.
I think many listeners can relate to that.
Definitely. Our phones are wonderful tools, but they can also become constant interruptions if we are not careful.
I once decided to put my phone in another room while I worked.
Really? What happened?
At first, I kept thinking about it. I almost wanted to walk over and check it every few minutes.
That's interesting. It shows how strong habits can become.
Exactly. But after 20 or 30 minutes, something changed.
What changed?
My mind became quieter. I stopped wondering who might be messaging me, and I became completely focused on one task.
That must have felt refreshing.
It really did. I finished my work faster than usual, and I also enjoyed it more.
That reminds me of something I heard recently.
Tell us.
Someone said that concentration is like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it becomes.
I like that comparison.
Me too. At first, lifting a heavy weight feels difficult.
But if you practice regularly, your body slowly becomes stronger.
And perhaps our attention works in the same way.
Instead of expecting ourselves to focus perfectly for 3 hours, we can begin with 20 minutes.
Small improvements are often more realistic than dramatic changes.
That seems to be true in many areas of life.
Learning English is another great example.
Yes, some learners believe they need to study for 3 or 4 hours every day.
Then, after one difficult week, they stop completely.
But someone who studies for 20 minutes every day may continue for months or even years.
Consistency usually beats intensity.
That is such an important lesson.
It also removes some pressure.
Pressure can sometimes motivate us.
But too much pressure often has the opposite effect.
We become nervous.
We become tired.
And eventually, we avoid the task altogether.
Have you ever noticed that?
Absolutely. Sometimes, when I tell myself I must do something perfectly, I don't even want to begin.
I have experienced exactly the same thing.
Then I remind myself that an imperfect beginning is still a beginning.
I love that sentence.
Thank you.
Perfection can become a hidden excuse.
What do you mean?
Instead of saying, "I'm afraid to start," we tell ourselves, "I'm waiting until everything is perfect."
But perfect conditions almost never arrive.
Exactly.
There's always something missing.
More money,
More experience.
more confidence.
More free time.
And while we keep waiting, months quietly pass.
That's why I admire people who simply begin.
Even if they don't know every answer.
They learn while moving.
Instead of waiting until they feel ready.
Jake, do you think confidence comes before action or after action?
That's a fascinating question.
What is your opinion?
I think many people expect confidence to arrive first.
Like a magical feeling.
Exactly. They think one morning they will suddenly wake up feeling completely confident.
But life usually doesn't work that way.
In my experience, confidence grows because of action.
Not before it.
Right. Every small success gives us evidence that we can continue.
Even tiny successes matter.
Especially tiny successes.
Why especially?
Because they happen more often.
That makes sense.
Imagine someone learning English.
Okay,
One day, they understand a podcast a little better than before.
that is progress.
Then, they successfully order coffee in English.
More progress.
Then they have a short conversation with someone.
Another step forward.
None of those moments seem huge.
But together, they slowly build confidence.
Like adding one small brick after another.
Eventually, you have a strong wall.
Exactly.
I think people often underestimate the power of tiny improvements.
Maybe because they're difficult to notice from one day to the next.
But after 1 year, the difference can be incredible.
There's another interesting idea connected with time.
What is it?
We often overestimate what we can do in one day,
That's true.
but we underestimate what we can accomplish in 1 year.
I have definitely experienced that.
We make huge plans for one weekend.
Then become disappointed when everything doesn't happen.
Yet, if we simply continued making small progress every week,
The results would surprise us.
very often, yes.
That reminds me of planting a tree.
I like where this is going.
On the first day, nothing impressive seems to happen.
You only see a tiny plant.
The next week, it still looks almost the same.
And after 1 month, the changes are still difficult to notice.
But after several years,
You have a beautiful tree providing shade.
growth is often invisible while it's happening.
Until one day you suddenly realize how much has changed.
I think language learning feels exactly like that.
Yes, one lesson may not change your life,
One podcast episode may not make you fluent,
but hundreds of lessons over time create remarkable progress.
which is exactly why we're so happy our listeners keep joining us.
Every episode becomes another small step.
Speaking of small steps, I have a question for you.
Go ahead.
What simple daily habit has improved your life the most?
That's easy.
Really?
Walking without listening to anything.
No music?
No music.
No podcast?
Not even a podcast.
I'm a little surprised.
So was I at first.
Why do you enjoy it?
Because it gives my mind room to think.
We don't have many quiet moments anymore.
Exactly.
Everywhere we go, there is sound,
Music.
videos,
Messages.
news.
Conversations.
Silence has become surprisingly rare.
But silence is not empty.
What do you mean?
Sometimes silence gives us the chance to hear our own thoughts.
I love that idea.
During those quiet walks, I often solve problems without trying very hard.
Almost as if your brain keeps working in the background.
Exactly.
I have experienced something similar while taking a shower.
That seems to happen to many people.
Suddenly, an idea appears from nowhere.
Maybe our minds simply need space.
Space away from constant information.
Space away from endless stimulation.
Perhaps that is another way of respecting our time.
Not by filling every minute, but by leaving some moments open.
I think that is a beautiful thought.
Thank you.
And maybe our listeners can try something simple this week.
Such as taking a short walk without looking at a screen.
Just 10 or 15 peaceful minutes.
They might be surprised by how different it feels.
Sometimes the best use of time is not doing more.
Sometimes it's slowing down enough to notice what truly matters.
Slowing down sounds simple, but I think many people find it surprisingly difficult.
I agree. We often feel that if we are not constantly doing something, we're wasting time.
But rest has a purpose too.
Absolutely. Rest is not the opposite of productivity. In many cases, it makes productivity possible.
Think about athletes.
They train hard, but they also schedule time to recover.
Because the body becomes stronger during recovery, not only during exercise.
Our minds work in a similar way.
If we never pause, we eventually become exhausted.
And when we are exhausted, even simple tasks begin to feel difficult.
That is why balance is so important.
Balance is another useful English word.
It means giving the right amount of attention to different parts of your life.
Work is important.
Learning is important.
Family is important.
Friends are important.
And taking care of yourself is important too.
Sometimes people imagine balance as giving everything exactly the same amount of time.
But I don't think life works like that.
Neither do I.
Some weeks your job needs more attention.
Other weeks, your family may need you more.
The important thing is to notice when one area has been ignored for too long.
I like that idea because it feels realistic.
Life is always changing.
And perhaps balance changes with it.
Exactly.
Jake, if you could give your younger self one piece of advice about time, what would you say?
That's a wonderful question.
Take your time answering.
Very funny.
I couldn't resist.
I think I would tell my younger self not to rush through life.
What do you mean by that?
When I was younger, I always believed happiness was somewhere in the future.
After the next exam.
After getting a better job.
After earning more money.
After achieving another goal.
So happiness always stayed one step ahead.
Exactly.
Did that change over time?
Yes, I slowly realized that goals are important, but they should not stop us from enjoying today.
That is such an important lesson.
Because today's ordinary moments eventually become tomorrow's memories.
I don't think we appreciate ordinary days enough.
Probably not.
We remember birthdays and holidays.
Big celebrations.
Vacations.
Weddings.
But life is mostly made of normal Tuesdays.
I love that sentence.
Thank you.
And maybe those normal Tuesdays deserve more attention.
Maybe they do.
Sophia, what advice would you give your younger self?
I think I would say stop comparing your timeline with everyone else's.
That's excellent advice.
When we're young, it is easy to believe everyone else is moving faster.
Especially today with social media.
We see people's successes.
But we rarely see their struggles.
We see the finished product.
Not the years of practice behind it.
We compare our beginning with someone else's middle.
Or even their best moment.
And that comparison is never fair.
Exactly.
Every person has a different story.
Different opportunities.
Different challenges.
Different dreams.
So maybe the only useful comparison is with ourselves.
Who we were yesterday.
Or last month.
Or last year.
If you have become a little kinder,
A little wiser,
a little more patient.
then that is meaningful progress.
Speaking of patience, I think it is becoming a rare quality.
I agree.
We expect everything immediately.
Fast internet,
Instant messages.
same-day delivery.
Quick results.
But many valuable things still require time.
Trust.
Friendship,
Learning a language.
building confidence.
Becoming healthy.
None of these can be rushed.
Maybe that is why they are so valuable.
I think you're right.
Let's review a few useful words from today's conversation.
Great idea.
The first word is attention.
Attention means the mental focus you give to something.
For example, please pay attention to the instructions.
Another useful word is productive.
Productive means using your time in a way that creates useful results.
You can be busy without being productive.
We also use the word meaningful.
Meaningful describes something that has value or importance.
For example, we had a meaningful conversation.
Another important word is routine.
A routine is something you do regularly in the same way.
Morning routines and evening routines are common examples.
We also talked about balance.
Balance means giving appropriate attention to different parts of your life.
Another useful word is concentration.
Concentration means focusing your mind on one thing without becoming distracted.
We also mentioned patience.
Patience is the ability to stay calm while waiting for something that takes time.
And finally, we use the word compare.
Compare means looking at two things to notice their similarities or differences.
These are all words you can use in everyday English.
Try making your own sentences with them after you finish listening.
Even one sentence for each word is excellent practice.
And remember, don't worry if your sentences aren't perfect.
Every sentence you create helps your English become more natural.
Before we finish today's episode, let's go back to the question we asked at the beginning.
If someone gave you 1 extra hour every day, how would you spend it?
Maybe your answer is changed while listening.
Or maybe it stayed exactly the same.
Either way, we hope this conversation encouraged you to think a little differently about your time.
Because time is one of the few things we can never replace.
Once a moment has passed, it becomes a memory.
But that doesn't need to make us feel worried.
Instead, it can remind us to notice the present a little more often.
Enjoy today's conversations.
Enjoy today's opportunities.
Enjoy today's quiet moments.
They may seem ordinary now, but one day they could become some of your favorite memories.
If you enjoyed spending this time with us, we'd love to hear from you.
Tell us in the comments where you're listening from and answer today's question in English if you'd like to practice.
You can write, I'm your name from your country, and if I had 1 extra hour every day, I would...
It doesn't have to be a perfect sentence.
The important thing is that you use English and express your own ideas.
Thank you for relaxing, learning, and thinking with us today.
We truly appreciate every listener who chooses to spend part of their day with Chill English Channel.
Keep listening, keep practicing, and keep enjoying the journey.
Remember, fluency isn't built in one day. It grows through small, consistent moments, just like the ones we've shared today.
Take good care of yourself, make the most of your time, and we'll see you again very soon.
Until next time, stay curious, stay kind, keep